time to dive into Super 6 NFL Sunday, the free-to-play game where you can win up to $250,000 of Terry Bradshaw's money. Now, one of the Super 6 matchups this week, which we'll get into now, is Cowboys and Lions. The Cowboys are coming off their fourth loss of the season, but the good news for Dallas is that Dak Prescott is coming off back-to-back games with 3 touchdown passes, and Ezekiel Elliott has 120-plus yards from scrimmage in 6 of his last 7 games. Meanwhile, Lions QB Matthew Stafford's status for the game remains uncertain after sitting out their last game and practice all week with a back injury. So, Shannon, what's going to be the score of this game?
I'm taking the Cowboys 27-20. Skip's Matthew Stafford's not playing.
How do you know?
He's not playing, Skip Bayless.
Well, is that in concrete?
It's in concrete.
I mean, would you bet your life on
I would
him?
bet my life.
Well, I sure wouldn't.
I would.
Ooh.
Considering that what he's gone...
I might lose a partner.
No. Considering that what he's gone through, Skip, over the last year and a half dealing with his wife, off-the-field injuries, he's not going to put himself at risk. Tony, remember, that's how Dak Prescott got into the starting lineup. Tony Romo had the exact same injury.
Well, what did I tell you on Tuesday before we even knew what it was? I said transverse process. Yeah. Did I not?
Yeah.
Little tiny bones in the small of your back, and they do get cracked on quarterbacks a lot.
Right.
And I've known a number of quarterbacks, without going into the deep history of this, who will play quickly with that injury. But go ahead.
The thing is, Skip, is that maybe if they had a chance, they were, 7-1, 8-1, 7-2. But in this situation, I'm not putting he's not going to put himself in harm's way.
Just remember, he grew up in Dallas, Texas, in Highland Park.
If maybe you
remember,
maybe you would be right, Skip, if the game was played in Dallas. And if he grew up in Highland Park in Dallas, Texas, that's one thing. But Dallas is a long way from Detroit. And so, although the game will be on television, it's not the same.
What was the greatest game Matt Stafford ever played? It was against the Dallas. I know it was a while back. It was in 2013 against the Dallas Cowboys. Remember what Megatron did in that game?
Yeah, 329.
Way to go. It was almost Flipper Anderson's record, which was 336.
Yes.
But woo.
But Skip, look, Jeff Driscoll is going to start. And then Jeff Driscoll is not very good. And I was like, Jeff Driscoll, that name sounds familiar. Cincinnati. Yeah, he started with Cincinnati last year. He was in Cincinnati this year, was on IR. They ended up waiving him, and now he's starting for the Detroit Lions. Skip, look, Lions have lost 5 or 6. The Cowboys are a more talented ball club. The Lions' run defense is 27th. Big day for Zeke. Zeke will do a lot of eating. You know he's going to do a lot of eating, Skip Bayless. So with that being said, I think the Lions will keep it close because it is in Detroit, but they're not winning this game. You should rest real easy.
So I've officially been jinxed by Shannon Sharp, or at least it was an attempt at a jinx. You got this one. It's easy.
It is. If you let Jeff Driscoll beat you, you don't deserve you should lose the rest of your game.
Sam Darnold embarrassed me.
What?
He humiliated me, and he had mono for the first X games of the year,
when
right?
He played the first game.
That was his first game back.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so Sam Darnold, Jeff Driscoll, Sam Darnold. I think it's like about the same.
No, not Skip. You know good well Jeff Driscoll is not the same as Sam Darnold.
My team fell behind Sam Darnold and the Jets, 21-3 at the Jets. 21-3 in the first half. My team at home fell behind Aaron Rodgers and the Packers 31-3 in the middle of the third quarter. 31-3.
Dak wasn't playing quarterback then, though, so you better now.
No, that was, what are you talking, this year? What are you talking about?
Oh, Dak was playing?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me the guy that lead the league in QBR let that happen on his watch?
Well, he threw for 463
I don't know anything about
that game.
Nope.
And he got them all the way back in the game, which is just my point about what I'm about to say. The truth is, I am sick and tired of trying to predict my Dallas Cowboys because, want to know the truth? I have no idea what is about to transpire. I will not at all be surprised if Jeff Driscoll beats my team because that's the way they've been going.
Oh, it's like holding 2 handfuls of Jell-O, huh?
Yeah. You have to squeeze the Jell-O, and it springs leaks between every finger, said Jerry Jones, right? And they spring leaks every game that I do not see coming. And yet, I also will not be surprised if they dominate Detroit and they go up to New England the next week and win that game against Brady and Belichick.
Are you picking them?
I got to see what happens this week because I have no idea what's going to happen. So I am not going to predict this game because this is the most wildly inconsistent team I have ever tried to figure out. This team has only one player on the entire starting unit, offense and defense. Only one player has lived up to his capability, actually exceeded his expectations. And you know who that is. That's that quarterback.
Zeke.
Without that quarterback, this team would already be done for the year. And yet, I look at this team and I try to figure it out because you got a quarterback who leads the whole league in QBR, and that's in spite of receivers who are at the bottom of the league, says Pro Football Focus, in separation. They're the 32nd ranked team in separating from defense
Quarterback
backs.
late getting the ball out.
Really, I think that's not the point.
No.
It makes the degree of difficulty impossibly high. Also, considering the fact the Dallas Cowboys receiving core is tied for second in drop passes this year. So how has he done that? I don't know.
And your quarterback's tied for fourth in INTs. How has he done that?
Well, maybe if you're trying to do too much. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Because you keep looking around saying, what? What?
Don't do that.
I thought they were. I thought they were.
Wait a minute. Are you saying Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup and Randall Cobb are not good receivers, and the reason why Dak is tied for fourth in INTs is because of those guys?
They have dropped, tied for second most passes. And Amari had the drop of the year early against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Hit him right there, and he muffed it right into a game-turning interception that was returned 50 yards the other direction. And the whole pendulum swung the other direction. So what am I supposed to make of the fact that Pro Football Focus, even now, right now, ranks the Dallas Cowboys the best team in pro football? They're 5-4.
Exactly. You should be ashamed and embarrassed by that.
You got a quarterback playing at as high a level as any quarterback in the entire league, and they're 5-4. Why is that?
Well, he ain't playing that high.
Because nobody has lived up to potential. Everybody else has underachieved all across the board.
Yep.
The
Even your
defense is
quarterback.
often a disaster. Don't do that with the quarterback. You're looking worse and worse on the quarterback. The quarterback is extraordinary.
9 picks.
Stop it.
Does he have
2
9
of them
picks?
are Hail Marys at the end of desperate games.
So if you
Help me out. What's the degree of difficulty? What's the highest degree of difficulty on any pass in pro football? Help me out, Hall of Famer. You keep rubbing this in. I want you to tell me right now. What is it?
If you give me an
I'm getting sick and tired of it.
If you give me an opportunity.
Okay, well, tell me. What happens on a Hail Mary? What's the percentage on that? None.
When Aaron Rodgers throws it, it's 50-50.
Yeah, he's the luckiest quarterback in the history of football. Yeah, well, so he aimed that one. Remember the one in Detroit where he underthrew it by 10 yards? Oh, it wasn't. Didn't even get to the end zone.
It did
not.
The guy caught it.
Go look at it. Go look at it. It's way underthrown.
He caught it, and
he came back under the scrum to catch it.
Exactly.
You think Aaron said, oh, I think I'm going to throw this 5 yards short. He just underthrew it. He didn't even get a good grip on the ball.
He threw it. It was 1 yard deep in the end zone. The defenders went to the back of the end zone. It's not Aaron Rodgers' fault they misplayed it.
You know what? Right now, Dak Prescott would be leading the MVP race if they were, whatever, 5-4, like 8-1 right now. He would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
but
would
they're not,
be.
Skip.
Well, that's what he's been doing. So that's all I got right now. And it's hard to bank on that because I give you this. Detroit's terrible on defense.
Yes.
They've given up the 30th worst yards in the league. So,
and you worried.
Okay. Well, I'm worried because my defense might be as bad as their defense, even though it gets more highly rated, which I don't understand because on a weekly basis, I say they can't stop the run and they can't defend the pass. Help me out. What else is there? What else can you do on defense?
Well,
they don't take the ball away. What's left? Help me out. Show me one player on defense where you say, he's having a good year. I told you the other day, DeMarcus Lawrence is ranked by Pro Football Focus the 27th best defensive player in pro football. They don't even have one player in the top 25. And I'm supposed to think they can go win at Detroit? And listen, I'm going to say it. I'm going to go on record. I will not be surprised if Matt Stafford plays in this game.
I'm going to be shocked.
Transverse process you can deal with. Unless they're, maybe today they'll rule him out. But if we go to game time decision, you better be careful. I know he didn't practice. Doesn't matter. And guess what he's been doing very quietly? He's been really good this year.
Yeah, he has.
He's 6th in QBR this year. That's like under the radar 6th. And ESPN had a breakdown by Matt Bowen the other day in which he broke down every positions, you know, like skill set capabilities. What's the best? You know, what does the quarterback do the best? This, and this. And Matt Stafford was ranked by ESPN the best quarterback in the pocket so far this year and the best when kept clean in the pocket this year. Matt Stafford. You don't think he has firepower? He's got weapons everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Galladay and Jones Jr.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, they got some
right?
guys. The tight end, Hawkinson. They got guys that can play.
The rookie, yeah, he's really good.
But Skip, help me understand this. You said Detroit is not very good. They're 30th in total defense as far as yards allowed. And you got Dak. Why are you worried?
Okay, I don't have Zeke. He's fallen to 8th in rushing.
I told you Zeke will have a big game.
It's the kind of game he should be doing this like every other play.
And he will.
Oh, really? Well, I haven't seen it all year. That'll be new.
You saw it against the Giants.
Oh, did I really? I didn't see a lot of eating against the Giants.
Skip, the man, all them yards, and you said you could have ran through some of those holes.
Okay, he's fallen to 16th in yards per carry. 16th?
But he's 6th in yards per game rushing.
And look, this is another one of those weeks where I say, where is the external motivation? Because I don't trust my coach. He can't light a fire. He's not built that way. He's Mr. Even Keel. He's Coach Clapp. He just keeps clapping. We're okay. We're okay.
Right.
So now there's been all kinds. The abuse has rained down from the media on this team all week. Well, at some point, do they just get sick and tired like I am of trying to predict them? Do they get sick and tired and say, watch this at Detroit? Maybe, because they did one watch this game the whole year. You know what it was?
Yeah,
it was the Eagles. And that was because Doug Peterson predicted or guaranteed he was going to go down there to Jerry World and kick their tails.
Let's go. Right? You talk about your coach, and he doesn't light an external fire. But let me ask you a question. If you got he's the captain, he's the pilot. If I've got a pilot, when the thing turbulence, do you want the pilot to come on the PA and say, we're going down? Or you want Sullenberger, the guy that's going to land that thing calm and smooth on the Hudson? Which guy do you want? Well, I want that guy.
Yeah, you want him because you know he's not very good. You know he just goes along for the ride. When the team starts to click sort of out of nowhere, unexpectedly, he's like, way to go.
He's calm.
You saved my job.
Skip, just like this here. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Oh, you want beep?
I want, you know what? Right now, I want Jimmy Johnson.
Well, good luck. Jimmy Johnson ain't walking through that door.
Yeah, somebody would have been sent home by now.
Yeah.
If Jimmy Johnson were riding herd on.
Okay.
Well, the point is, it never would have gotten to this point.
Jason
If you handed Jimmy Johnson this talent, this is arguably as talented a team as there is in pro football. They're 5-4.
Because, Skip, Jimmy might have would have done. Jason might have wanted to send some players home, but Jerry won't let him.
Okay, and yet. You know why Jerry sits back and says, well, I'm going to hang in with this? They're 4th in the league in point differential.
Yeah.
You know why that is? Because the quarterback's been so extraordinary in comebacks that they haven't been blown out once. Have they been blown out?
No.
They have not.
But why? But Jerry's asking, why are we behind them again with?
Okay.
If we got the guy that you said he is.
We got Dak.
That's what I'm saying. He's the guy that you said he is, but somehow you always falling behind.
He almost pulled the Jets game out of the fire. Came in within
I don't do that almost.
Obvious pass interference on a 2-point play to tie the game and send it to overtime.
I almost won the lottery. I was off 2 numbers.
Okay.
Well, the Cowboys need this win to at least stay tied with the Eagles in the NFC East. And
you
don't
better be
forget, before the NFL games kick off on Sunday, download the